Hello humans, I'm the Alien Doctor, but you can call me Alien, and welcome back to another Minecraft Bedrock Edition preview slash beta video, taking a look today at preview 1.19.0.29. So every so often in these preview slash beta videos, I do like to add in a little bit of Minecraft news. So of course, Minecraft 1.18.30 for Bedrock Edition has now released. If you've been watching my preview videos, then you will know all the features, because these are basically just adding in all of the features and the bug fixes from the previous previews and betas into the stable release. Now you'll also know that they had to release an emergency hotfix 1.18.31 about a week later due to some pretty major bugs with the 0.30 update. So because this 0.31 update is just a hotfix, I'm not actually going to go through any of these fixes because they are simply just fixes. Hopefully the game should give you a little less issues, although I would still recommending holding back on the update if you can and using a version switcher if you're on a platform that allows it, and yeah, still stay playing in 1.18.12 instead of 0.30 or 0.31. But yeah, that's just my opinion due to some of the bugs that still appear to be in the stable release. So anyway, without further ado, let's actually get into today's preview. So starting things off, they have added in a new experimental feature toggle, and this is for Spectator Mode. So we're going to enable that toggle because why not? And then let's actually load into the world. So this is exactly like Spectator Mode on Java Edition, except for it's on Bedrock Edition. So to access it, you should just be able to type in game mode, and then as you can see here, it actually does come up. So you can type in game mode spectator, or you can also type in game mode 6. Either one works. You can see there that when you go into this mode, it actually reloads the world, it would appear. But yeah, we're in spectator mode, which is pretty cool. And of course, this means that we can actually fly through blocks and stuff. This was accidentally added to some previous betas or previews, and yeah, it wasn't meant to be added. But yeah, now it's actually properly added in experimental mode. One thing to point out is they are not looking for any bugs in this version, so don't bother reporting any bugs about this just yet, because it is, yeah, it doesn't really seem to be something that they're too worried about at the moment. But either way, it's still nice that we have it. Now, as you can see here, it isn't perfect, but yeah, we do have proper spectator mode behind a proper experimental toggle. It still needs some work, but like, it's better than the old one that we used to have before that got removed. And yeah, I'm very, very happy that we actually have spectator mode now, to be honest. So they have added the new music disc 5, which has been in Java Edition for a while and has been finally added to Bedrock. So as normal, I will be uploading this as a standalone video on my second channel for you to go and listen to. I'll also be uploading the new soundtrack as well with all the 1.19 music, so that you can go and listen to that. And as I say, that will be on the second channel. But yeah, this disc has got some some questionable reviews, because it's not really like a proper song. It's just sort of ambient sounds. Well, I guess this bit's a little bit like a song. Anyway, it is quite interesting. It's certainly something different, so I would recommend giving it a proper listen to. And you can actually find this in the loot tables, or in the loot chests in the ancient cities. So yeah, that's where to find this thing if you are collecting these discs or something. To then actually craft the music disc, you simply have to fill up the crafting grid with these fragments. As you can see, it won't work if you just do it in 4x4. It has to be all of them. Yeah, so that's actually how you craft this disc, which is quite an interesting different mechanic. And you can also see its texture itself is slightly different to just the regular music discs as well, which I also find quite interesting. As you can see here, it's sort of got this little bit underneath it. So the warden has had some changes to its ranged attack. So when using its ranged attack, the vertical knockback will now be directional. It will also bypass shields and armor, and has a custom death message, which we will see in a second. Well, not a second, right now whilst I'm talking. What could possibly go wrong? It also deals 10 damage instead of 30 damage, and the cooldown has been released to 5 instead of 2 seconds. And I need to get this thing. Yeah, I need to get this guy's attention. There we go. Do the thing. Do the sonic attack. I'm ready for you. Attack me. I can take it. Come on. I think he's getting... Whoa. Yeah, so last time that killed me instantly, Whereas now, the actual ranged attack doesn't kill you instantly, which is probably a good thing. So basically, the warden has just been kind of nerfed a bit in how much damage its attacks actually do. And as you can see here, when you kill it, it now drops the Skulk Catalyst. As well as that, it seems that when you're actually shooting the warden, its anger levels will actually increase more than they did before, I believe. So they have changed both the Skulk Shrieker, which is this, obviously, and the Skulk Catalyst, which is this one, to actually have the same blast resistance as they do on Java. So if you blow these things up, then they'll have the same blast resistance as they do on Java, which is always a welcome change to have these parity issues fixed. As well as that, the Skulk sensor can actually detect players using a fishing rod, which is, well, good. Also, is it just me, or is the fishing rod, like, way faster now when you throw it out? I swear that movement used to be much slower. But anyway, you can see there, as I throw it out, it detects, and then as I pull it back in, it also detects, which, yeah, makes sense. So there have been some minor bug fixes to the mangrove kind of biome, nothing that stands out particularly to me. One thing I have noticed, though, is these update blocks. I'm not quite sure where these are from. They might be from the actual proper ghouls, because if I remember correctly, the proper ghouls are meant to generate on here, and I can't see any that have. So I'm pretty sure these update blocks are from that. As you can see here, this is just like the update block when a block is like broken or something. It doesn't have the texture or anything like that. Yeah, it's kind of strange. Anyway, that is a thing that is not there. So the LA now has a new throw sound. So if I give it this diamond and then we listen, we should hear its throw sound. So I'm going to be quiet, and I actually am going to get a jukebox real quickly, because then we'll be able to see this new sound better. And of course, when I say jukebox, I mean note block, obviously. So temporarily in these 1.19 previews, they're going to stop entities from sinking down into mud just to fix a couple of pathfinding issues. When the actual 1.19 update comes out, entities will sink down into mud. This is just a temporary change they have done. So many people use buttons to stop spiders from spawning in their mob farms, and the bug that previously meant that they still could spawn even if you used buttons to stop it has finally been fixed. So a nice little parity issue has been implemented now. This has been added in previous Java edition snapshots, but basically the minecart recipe for actual TNT, hopper, and chest minecarts is now shapeless. So if you put the minecart here and then the chest here, obviously you used to have to do it exactly like this, but now you can actually put the chest and the minecart absolutely anywhere in the crafting grid. Same with TNT and hoppers. And yeah, that's because the crafting recipe is now shapeless, which is quite nice. So previously you could of course do it in this small crafting grid, so there isn't a ton of use for this feature. It's just still a nice thing to have either way, and it does kind of make sense, to be honest. So here's one for all of you shulker farmers now, of course, with the latest update. So shulkers are actually fire resistant. I don't know, what would be the best way to test this? Maybe with some lava, actually. There we go. What's gonna happen? Okay, that just made it teleport. That wasn't part of the plan. So maybe if I actually hit this guy with a fire aspect 2, yeah, you can see here that it's no longer setting on fire. Previously, if you'd hit these guys with fire aspect 2 or anything like that, or a flame bow, then they'd actually set on fire. But now shulkers are actually fire resistance. This is good news if you are a shulker farmer and don't want your shulkers to die. So from now on, shulkers will always be upright when they're in a vehicle, such as a minecart. So as you can see, previously this guy might be upside down because it was obviously upside down on the block, whereas now it will always stay in the upright position because it, well, that just makes sense. Why would it be standing on its head in the minecart? I don't know. So other than a couple of technical updates and some minor bug fixes, there isn't really too much else to talk about in today's preview. So that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you're interested in more Minecraft Bedrock Edition content, then consider subscribing today to join the Alien Empire. I'll see you in the next video coming very, very soon. Whilst you're waiting, why don't you check out the one on screen right now?